Hello, with the new hair. Now, a couple of comments have been left on my last few vlogs. One of which said, I must be a morning person. Let me tell you, I am not a morning person in any way, shape or form. I'm absolutely no use nor ornament unless I've had at least one cup of tea. Excuse me, I am shooting at the moment. But there's no point in being miserable, so might as well be happy and joyful. The other comment that was made was, why do I do this? Why do I drive for miles and miles and get out of bed at stupid o'clock, have very little sleep? Let me show you. That's why. Now I'm sure you'll all guess I'm at Mamtor. I've watched the weather forecast so closely over the last couple of days. We had really high pressure. We had very little wind. It was ridiculously hot yesterday. It was about 24, 25 degrees at least out here. And it's dropped down to 10 degrees this morning. Clear skies. So I knew we were in with a fighting chance of getting an inversion. And I got here and there was no cloud. And I was like, no, there's no cloud. What's going on? Why haven't we got any cloud? And I've been stood here since just after 6. Sunrise is at 20 to 7. I knew we weren't going to get much in the way of colour. And I've been watching the mist build up and build up. Because I could have cried when I got here. It's like, no, because I didn't come out and stay in Maddie last night. I thought I'd get up and drive. I'm only an hour from home. So I thought I would drive out this morning. And I got here and there was no mist. There was just a little bit of mist lying in the valley bottom. I parked up over by the Blue John Cavern first thing. And in the distance I could see a little bit of mist coming through the valley. But this is turning into something pretty damned special. Now there isn't going to be a lot of talking, I don't think, on this one, because I want to get as many shots of this as I possibly can. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for a proper inversion. It's got to be 8 years ago when I was up at Mamtor, when I last saw a real inversion. I got some mist a couple of years back, which was fab, but nothing compared to this. So I'm running a little bit of a time lapse, which I may just have to wander off and leave running. But it's building up tremendously, so I'm going to get the big lens out, I think. I'm not much good with big lenses I'm not much good with the big lens and this type of image where you have the mist swirling around the trees. I've never done it before, but I'm going to have a go. Oh God, I am so glad I didn't turn around and go home. Very, very nearly did. As I was driving through Castleton and Hope, I thought, this is a waste of time. This is why I do it. This is why I want to see this sort of thing. Oh, the sun's just popping. The sun is just popping its head over the horizon just there. I wouldn't see this if I laid in bed until 11 o'clock in the morning. It just wouldn't happen. Now I'm going to have to move quickly because with the sun coming up it could burn off all that mist, and there's a specific shot I want to get. Right, I'll catch you in a bit. excuse me. Hey, slightly out of breath. I was stood the other side right at the top when I first spoke to you, and I've come down a little bit closer because I wanted to get, oh my God, you might just be able to make it just above the camera, a chimney. That's the cement works down at Castleton. Oh God, yes, or Hathersage, I think it is. And I wanted to get the chimney with the mist all around it. This is just awesome. This isn't, again, it's not quite as good as I was hoping for. I was hoping for one that was going to come all the way up through the valley. But I'll settle for this. The sun, unfortunately, is just in the wrong place. I don't know if you can... Yeah, that really big blind spot there, that's the sun. But it's casting some gorgeous light on the top of the mist. The sheep are being very vocal. The colour is phenomenal. I'm on white balance of, let me see, 5880, which is daylight, and it's glowing orange. And to be fair, it was actually quite accurate. Hello? You come to say hello? Oh, she's got a poorly leg. Bless her. Or bless him. I think that's a she. Bless her, she's got a badly leg. We can see it's slowly working its way up the valley. And it doesn't seem to be showing any signs of stopping. However, the sun is going to start burning it off. So apologies if I don't talk too much. I'm shooting with the 70-200 right at this moment. I am focused in on the chimney. I've got a little bit of grass, a little bit of a hill as the foreground. I'm careful not to get too much in because the sky is so bright. The sun is virtually above the chimney and it's just too bright on the exposure. So I'm just gonna, because I've opened the view up, I'm just gonna turn the exposure down a little bit. I'm shooting at f14. Oh, they've all got bad legs up here. There's another one hobbling along. Oh, bless. Yeah, I'm sorry, darling, you're poorly, aren't you? Oh, I just don't know which way to turn. I say, this is, again, completely out of my comfort zone. I've seen some amazing images of trees in the mist with the light coming in. So if you don't mind, I'm going to concentrate on taking some images. I'll pop the time lapse up and hopefully you'll be able to see it coming down the valley. But this is why I get up early. This is why I drag myself out of bed when I really don't want to because I'm bone idle and I hate the mornings. I'm much more I don't know, 6 to 8 p.m. in the evening type of girl. But I wouldn't see this if I was still in bed. Out of my comfort zone. I've done the best I can. The mist doesn't seem to be letting up at all. I really wish I'd worn my sunglasses. The cement works, which you might see, you can kind of see it just about there, is starting to come back into view. So I'm guessing it's dissipating slightly. But it still seems to be coming down the valley. It's wonderful. There's a special knack, I think, to taking images of mist. And I don't think I'm experienced enough with it to do it. But it's just phenomenal being up here. On the technical side of things, I'm not doing anything technical. I've taken the filters off. Now that the sun has risen, I'm zoomed in on the cement works so that I've cut the sky out. So I'm not having to bother with filters. I've moved up to, let's just have a pop onto live view. I'm on f14, 1/160th of a second, and ISO 100. And because I'm not using the filters, for a change, oh, I've actually dug the filter hood out, the lens hood out, and popped that on just to try and reduce the glare. Oh, this is just amazing. I don't have access to the histogram in live view on this thing. And believe me, I've tried, but it just apparently isn't possible. So I tend to rely on the blinkies. When I have taken an image review, in fact, I'll show you. I'll show you if that wants to focus. Yeah. When I've taken an image, I can scroll through various screens on the back of the camera. Yeah, you see there I've just dropped the colour balance to 5000. And I get to, there's my histogram. I can see my histogram when I'm reviewing an image, but I can't see it in live view. That's not too bad. But that's the screen I rely on. The one that says at the bottom here, highlights. Because I think I've probably deleted it. When I get to an image that is overexposed, it flashes at me. It flashes the overexposed bit, which is great. That's slightly underexposed, but that's what I wanted. I wanted this bit in shadow, and then I've got the light coming in from the right-hand side. So yeah, each camera is different, and not being able to see the histogram in live view has never caused me a minute's problem. I don't get hung up on the technicalities of things. If the image looks right on the back of the screen, that's all I'm worried about. You can tell, or I can tell, in the main, whether something is underexposed or overexposed. The highlight screen saves my bacon quite a lot of times, particularly if I've got a really bright sky. The histogram works for you, that's fine, you use it. I don't, because I can't. So much for my new hair day. It was a tad on the humid side when I came up here this morning. It was, as I say, it was varying between 98 and 100% humidity. Well, I'm having a go. The landscape is changing constantly. The mist, as you will hopefully be able to see if I can reduce that exposure, yeah, it's receding back and dissipating down the valley now. But bits keep coming into view and then disappearing. Oh, what a wonderful one. It's actually getting thicker in the valley, but I think it's because it's pushing back. It's like someone's hoovering it up. And I'm looking around going, now I know that's Mamtor over there, because I've stood up there. There's loads of people up there this morning. Back 7-8 years ago, when I first got into photography, I was stood up there and it was full. The valley was just full of mist. Right the way up to the ridge line, and the same on the other side. That's the best cloud inversion I have ever seen, and if I can dig some photos out, I'll put those up, because that was a phenomenal one, and I had marginally less idea than I have now of what I'm actually meant to be doing.